Hi everyone, this is Eldad Amara. Greetings community. This is only going to be a very short video. I want to ask you, what is normality? Where did this concept come from? Where did the idea of normality come from? You see, back in 2020, when the whole planet seemed to be locked down, there was a lot of people and they were taking the BAP. They were taking the BAP, the cocktail, because they said they wanted to go back to normal. They wanted everything to go back to normal. But what is normality? Has there ever been such a thing as normality? And where did these ideas come from in regards to normality? What is normal to one person may be abnormal to somebody else. But generally now speaking, there is somebody or something that says to society, this is normal behavior, and this over here is not normal behavior. The people who invented the concept of normality, are they actually normal? Are they normal? Because I believe that the people who say in society that this is normal and that isn't normal, it's coming from their own perspective, it's coming from their own consciousness, coming from their own ideas. You see, they pass down to the general population what they consider to be normal behavior and what is considered to be abnormal behavior. So when people are talking about, oh man, I just can't wait for things to go back to normal. What is normal? Where did you get these ideas from? What is actually normal? I'm going into the Colins dictionary and look at what the definition of normal means. According to this dictionary, the Colins dictionary, normal means usual, regular or typical, free from mental or physical disorder. Right, that's one version of normality, what is considered to be normal. Usual, regular or typically free from mental or physical disorder. So if you've got a mental illness, that would be considered to be some kind of abnormality. You see, if you got some kind of physical disability, that would be considered to be abnormal according to this concept that I'm reading from the Colins dictionary. And it talks about mental disorder. It talks about mental disorder and it talks about physical disorder. What is disorder? From the Colins dictionary, it says disorder is a state of untidiness and disorganization, public violence or rioting, and illness are forms of disorder. So it's not just a physical or mental thing, it is also in terms of disorder, is also in terms of things like rioting, striking, all of those types of concepts. Rioting, striking, protests, those things are considered to be disorders. So it's not just a mental thing and it's not just a physical thing. So somebody made up these ideas and these concepts and has passed these down to us. They've conditioned us into thinking what is considered to be normal and what is considered to be abnormal. Now, you look at a surgeon, for example. Is he normal or is he abnormal? You see, someone who's a surgeon who does something like cosmetic surgery, is he normal? Now, somebody decides they don't like their lips and so they want to have their lips cut off, or they want to have their lips bigger because they don't like their lips, they don't like their cheekbones. So the surgeon will take a hammer and hit the cheekbones and break them and reset their cheekbones. Is this normal behavior? Somebody who decides to go under the hammer, someone who decides to go under the knife. Is this normal behavior, or is this abnormal behavior? Is this a cultural thing? Is this a cultural thing, or is it not a cultural thing? Would some societies and some cultures look at somebody who cuts themselves up and puts themselves underneath the knife, see this as abnormal behavior? So is normal behavior something which is a cultural thing? And I say it again, is normal, and I say it again, is normal a cultural thing? Because what is considered normal in one country may not be normal in another country. And also, if it is a cultural thing, is it being passed down from the top down to the general population? A person who decides, you know what, I want to have my lips, I don't like my lips is too thin, so I want to have my lips enlarged. Or I don't like my eyes, so I'm going to go and have surgery and have bigger eyes. I don't like my breasts are too small, or I don't like my chest, so I'm going to have some implants. Is this normal? Is this normal behavior? To some people, they will see this as being normal behavior. So tell me, what is really normal and what is abnormal? If I was to go and bang myself in the nose and broke my nose with a hammer in front of a load of people, they would turn around and say, you're mad. If I was to break my nose with a hammer in front of a lot of other people because I just like my nose, people would be looking at me and they say, you're mad. Why are you doing that? Or if I decide to smash my cheekbones with a hammer because I didn't like my cheekbones and I wanted to raise the cheekbones to make them look a little bit more, I don't know, make them look a little bit more attractive, because high cheekbones is attractive according to some people. Not all people, but to some people. So again, what is normal and what is abnormal? If I got a knife and I started cutting my chest in order to put some silicone implants in there, and you saw me physically take a knife and start cutting myself, you would turn around and you would say, that geezer's mad. He's off his nuts. He's crazy. Look at him. He's cutting himself up. He doesn't like his chest, so now he's like trying to put some implants in there. He's smashed his lips. He's smashed his cheekbones. Can you believe that? He smashed his cheekbones. He must be mad. Why would you want to put yourself through so much torture and pain? Why would you want to do that to yourself? I don't understand. Why would you want to cut yourself up? But see, for some people, they would consider this to be normal. To be normal behavior. So when we go back to the concept, again, looking at the definitions from the Colins dictionary, this concept, this idea has been normalized by somebody or something. Where did the Colins dictionary get this idea from? Normal, usual, regular, or typical, free from mental or physical disorder. Disorder, state of untidiness, disorganized, disorganization, public violence, or rioting, and illness. So, a surgeon, when he's chopping and cutting somebody up, for him to be doing that is normal. Somebody gave him the permission to go ahead and start chiseling out somebody's cheekbones, or cutting up somebody's chest, yeah, or cutting their eyes to make their eyes larger. But if I myself was to do that in public, They would call me mad. They call me crazy. Why do you want to put yourself under that kind of... Why would you want to put yourself under that kind of pressure? Why would you want to mutilate yourself? Why would you want to put yourself under so much pain? This is what some people would be saying. And look, you got solicitors, and they've had to go to university and do an undergraduate degree and do a postgraduate degree, right? And then do a master's degree. Now they got all these qualifications, and they're considered to be very logical and very rational people. They know about the truth. They know about truth, facts, and evidence. I'll say it again. They know about truth. They know about facts. They know about evidence. All gathered through things like observation and trials. And they've had to go to university for 7 or 8 years to study to become a lawyer and doing their articles, which takes about 2 years. Now, that same lawyer who's supposed to be rational, who believes in the truth, who believes in facts, will go to church on a Sunday and be worshipping God. Something that is not tangible, something that they cannot see, something they cannot touch, but they believe that there is a God and they're quite religious. But the job that they do is to prove the facts through evidence gathering and through observation. The jobs that they do is to try and prove the facts through evidence gathering and through observation. So when they go to church, can they prove the existence of God? Again, is this normal behavior to believe in something that you cannot see? Is it normal? Now, that same solicitor, if somebody who says that they believe in UFOs, now again, in terms of what is considered to be normal and what is considered to be abnormal, somebody who believes that they've seen a UFO or that they see aliens, a religious person would say, you are abnormal. How can you believe in such a thing? There's no such thing as aliens. You must be cuckoo. You must be off your nuts. You must be crazy. You're out of your tree. But yet still, at the same time, they believe in God. Something which they cannot see. It's just a belief. It's not something that is tangible that they can actually see. It's something that they believe. Now, the person who believes in UFOs might turn around and say to the religious person, I think you are abnormal. I think you are the one who's irrational because you're believing in something that you cannot prove. Can you prove to me the existence of Jesus? Can you? So, again, and I'm not knocking religious people, and I'm not knocking solicitors, and I'm not knocking scientists and doctors. I'm saying that their concepts, their belief system, and what is considered to be normal and abnormal, they all have their idea of what is normal from what is abnormal. But where is the ideas of normality coming from? Is it coming from the top down? I want to get back to normal. I want things to go back to the way that they were before. I want things to go back to the way they were before. But things weren't really that great before. But you want to go back there. Look at all the things that were happening before 2020. High unemployment, people going on strike, people losing their homes, wars, famine. And you say that you want to go back to that. You want things to go back to normal. Well, what as I say again, is normal. The man who invented the atomic bomb. The man or person, because it could have been a woman for all I know, the person who created, and I say again, the person who created the atom bomb must have been sat there for ages thinking about, I got to get this chemical and I need to get this other chemical and I get this and I've mixed these two different things together and then it produces such and such. Oh, yes. If I use this, were they normal? Were they normal, rational human beings? Well, a lot of people will say, yes, they are. But what were they making the atomic bomb for? What was the purpose of it? Well, obviously, it was invented in order to eradicate or eliminate certain people. And some would say, no, it was made for protection. It was made for our protection. But again, as I say, a scientist who sits there and thinks about, I need to get this chemical, and I need to get this chemical, and I need to get that chemical, right? And if I put all these different chemicals together, then I can make some kind of explosive. And the end fault being, it's going to eradicate or eliminate certain people. Is this normal? Is this normal? A scientist who decides to make nerve gas, is this normal behavior? Why are you making nerve gas? What is the intention behind making nerve gas? Is this normal behavior? Is this person rational? Might be sat around at a dinner table having intellectual conversation with his colleagues or with his friends and his family. Highbrow people, right? But next, he's inside of some factory making some kind of chemical agent in order to do something to somebody, to do harm to somebody. Is this normal? Is this rational behavior? Where does this idea, and I say it again, where does this idea of normality come from? Does it come from the elite and is filtered downward towards the general population? Are they the ones that shaped our ways of thinking about what is considered to be normal and what is considered to be abnormal? It is not normal to strike. It is not normal to riot. It is not normal to protest. These people who do these things are doing things that are abnormal. So somebody invented these concepts. I'll just go back and say one last time. When people say they want to go back to normal, they want things to go back to the way they used to be. And they say that this is normal. Is it really? Somebody has conditioned your mind into thinking about what is normal and what is abnormal. What is disorder and what is not disorder. What mental illness is and what physical illness is. Somebody made these concepts, and I close by saying, what is meant by normal? You see, to me, when somebody talks about normal, what they're really talking about is trying to condition people's minds and beliefs into a certain way of thinking. To condition a person's mind into a certain way of thinking, of things that are acceptable and things that are not acceptable. Now, this might be a cultural thing, or it might be an elite thing. Somebody is passing down their ideas and their opinions and views as to what is considered to be normal. Some preachers have turned around and they've said, I can hear the voice of God. God is speaking to me. God is telling me this. And he is considered to be rational thinking. Not that he might have some kind of mental disorder, but that he is normal. And he's telling his congregation that he's hearing voices from God. And you know what? Some of these people in his congregation will follow his every word. Some people have ended up taking their own lives. There's been famous cases of people taking their own lives because of what a preacher man has turned around and told them. Also, before I go, don't forget to watch my channel, Eyes Wide Shut, and also my side channel, which is Spiritual Echelons. And don't forget also to watch my live streams every Friday from 9 PM till 11 PM UK time. That is from 9 PM till 11 PM UK time. Leave me a comment on the bottom of this video and you tell me what you think is normal and what you think is abnormal. Thank you. This is Eldad Amara, over and out.